Imagine if there were a set of simple habits that could not only extend your life, but make it more vibrant, healthy, and full of energy, all the way to 100 years old. What if small changes in your daily routine had the power to rejuvenate your body and mind, allowing you to enjoy every moment with vitality? The truth is, many of us are unknowingly compromising our longevity. Everyday habits that seem harmless could actually be cutting years off our lives or diminishing our quality of life as we age. But the good news is that you have the power to change that, and it all starts now. In this video, we're going to reveal 10 essential practices followed by centenarians around the world to live longer and better. And these aren't complicated formulas or extreme diets. They're smart, science-backed choices that anyone can adopt. Did you know, for example, that the way you drink water could be sabotaging your health, or that a simple change in your sleeping position can bring incredible benefits to your heart and digestion? If you want to discover how small daily decisions can transform your future and help you reach 100 years with health, strength, and joy, then stay with me until the end. Each of these tips can make a real difference in your journey to a long and fulfilling life. Shall we begin? Hello, my friends. Let's talk about something that might sound simple, but holds incredible power for all of us over 60 who want to thrive well into our later years: staying hydrated. As we get older, keeping our bodies full of water isn't just about sipping when we feel parched. It's a vital piece of the puzzle for staying healthy and strong, maybe even reaching that 100-year mark with a spring in our step. You see, with age, our bodies don't manage water quite the way they used to, and that shift makes hydration more important than ever. It's like a quiet act of love we can offer ourselves every single day, keeping everything running smoothly. Why does hydration matter so much as we look to live long and well? Water is the unsung hero behind so many things our bodies do. It keeps our temperature just right, no matter if it's a scorching day or a chilly evening. It helps our heart stay steady by supporting blood pressure, and it powers all those tiny chemical reactions in our cells that keep us ticking. Imagine water as a delivery system, carrying nutrients to every corner of our body while whisking away the waste we don't need. It's almost beautiful how something so ordinary does so much, isn't it? And yet, it's easy to overlook until we realize how much we depend on it. Now, here's something you might not have thought about. Aging comes with a few quirks that make staying hydrated a little trickier. Over time, that old familiar thirst signal starts to fade. Have you ever noticed you don't always feel like reaching for a glass, even when your body could use it? That's because our sense of thirst dulls as we get older, and if we're not careful, we might miss the cue entirely. On top of that, our metabolism shifts, and the way our bodies handle water isn't as sharp as it once was. Then there are the medications. Some of us take pills that flush out fluids faster, or even mess with how thirsty we feel. And let's be honest, sometimes the worry about rushing to the bathroom more often makes us hesitate to drink. But trust me, we can work around these challenges, and it's worth every effort. When we keep ourselves hydrated, the rewards ripple through our whole system. Our brains, for one, light up with gratitude. Water keeps our thinking clear, which is so precious as the years add up. Down in the urinary department, it's like a shield, helping fend off infections and easing any bladder worries we might have. For our digestion, it's a gentle friend, keeping things moving comfortably and warding off constipation. Our kidneys, which naturally slow a bit with age, lean on water to stay in the game. And here's something striking. Dehydration can spark sudden confusion or foggy thinking, sometimes mistaken for bigger problems, when all it takes is a little hydration to set things right. These benefits aren't just nice, they're life-changing. So, how much should we aim for? A good starting point is about 2 liters a day. Picture 8 full glasses of water. Of course, that can shift depending on your own needs, your routine, the weather. To make it simple, I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Keep a bottle of water close by, somewhere you'll see it all the time. It's a nudge to take a sip. If you're forgetful like I can be, set a little reminder on your phone to check in with yourself. And don't forget food. Juicy fruits like watermelon or oranges, crisp veggies like cucumbers. They're packed with water and taste wonderful too. Here's a handy tip. Glance at your urine. If it's a pale, soft yellow, you're doing great. Oh, and a word on alcohol. Those drinks over 4% can sneakily dry you out, so it's wise to enjoy them sparingly. But how do we know if we're slipping? Our bodies are pretty good at waving a flag when they need help. If your eyes look a bit sunken, your mouth feels like cotton, or your skin doesn't bounce back when you pinch it, that's a sign. Feeling dizzy when you stand up, or maybe a bit muddled in your thoughts with words tripping over each other. That could be dehydration whispering for attention. Don't wait. Grab some water and let it work its magic. Our bodies are resilient, and often all they need is that gentle boost to bounce back. Looking ahead, hydration is like planting seeds for a healthier tomorrow. There's even research, straight from the folks at the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, that shows people who stay well hydrated over the years tend to dodge chronic troubles like heart or lung issues, and they might just outlive those who skimp on fluids. For us dreaming of 100 vibrant years, this is a habit that pays off in spades. It's not about chugging water all at once. It's about weaving it into our days, a steady flow of care that keeps us humming along. So how about it? Reach for a glass right now? Take that first refreshing sip and feel how something so small can carry so much strength. If you've realized how hydration can transform your life, here's the simple truth. A glass of water nearby or a juicy fruit can boost your energy and add years. But don't fall into the trap of waiting for thirst. That mistake could cost you. Stick with me, because next I'll show you how the right weight can power you to 100 with strength and health. Well, my friends, after talking about how something as simple as water can work wonders for our bodies, let's keep that momentum going and dive into another key piece of the puzzle for living well past 60, maintaining a healthy weight. Just like hydration keeps everything flowing smoothly, finding the right balance with our weight is a powerful way to set ourselves up for a long, vibrant life. It's not about chasing some fleeting number on the scale or punishing ourselves. It's about feeling good, staying strong, and giving our bodies what they need to carry us through the years, maybe even to that 100-year milestone we're dreaming of. But here's the thing. Too much weight or too little can throw us off track, and I want us to understand why that balance matters so much. Carrying extra weight isn't just about how our clothes fit. It can stir up trouble deep inside. Too much body fat sets off a quiet storm of inflammation, nudges our hormones out of whack, and makes it harder for insulin to do its job. Over time, that can open the door to things like diabetes, high blood pressure, or even heart trouble. Conditions that don't just shorten our years but can dim the joy in them too. Studies tell us that when our body mass index, or BMI, creeps above 25, those risks start climbing. It's not just about the heart either. Extra weight can wear down our joints, making every step a little harder, and it's even tied to a higher chance of certain cancers. It's a heavy load to carry, in more ways than one, and it's something we can lighten with a little care. On the other side, being too thin brings its own challenges, especially as we get older. If our BMI dips below 18.5, our bones start to feel it. They don't get the gentle stress they need to stay dense and sturdy, and that can lead to osteoporosis, where a simple stumble might mean a fracture. Our muscles can weaken too, stealing away the strength we rely on to move through our days with confidence. I've seen it happen. When we don't have enough weight, it's not just about looking frail. It can leave us short on nutrients, sapping our energy, and making it tougher to stay independent. It's a delicate dance, isn't it? Too much or too little, and we're tipping the scales against ourselves. So, where's the sweet spot? Research points us to a BMI between 18.5 and 24.9, a range that's like a green light for longevity. When we hover there, our chances of dodging chronic diseases drop, and we're more likely to age with our health intact. It's not a magic fix, but it's a solid foundation. Picture this, a heart that's not straining under extra pounds, bones that hold steady because they've got just the right support, and a body that moves freely without feeling fragile. That's what a healthy weight offers us, a chance to live not just longer but better, with fewer hurdles slowing us down. The good news? Getting there doesn't have to feel like a chore. It starts with what we put on our plates. Real whole foods that nourish us from the inside out. Think colorful fruits and vegetables, hearty grains like brown rice or quinoa, and lean proteins that keep us satisfied. Steer clear of the sugary stuff and those ultra-processed snacks that promise convenience but deliver trouble. Our bodies deserve better than that. I love the wisdom from the long-living folks in Okinawa. They eat until they're about 80% full, a little habit called hara hachi bu. It's not about starving ourselves, it's about listening to our bodies and stopping before we overdo it. Pair that with some movement, maybe a brisk walk around the neighborhood or a swim at the pool, mixed with a bit of strength training to keep our muscles and bones in fighting shape. It all adds up. And here's a little nudge. Keep an eye on things. Step on the scale now and then, not to judge, but to stay in tune with yourself. If you're unsure where to start, a chat with a nutritionist or your doctor can map out a plan that fits you just right. Studies back this up. The World Health Organization warns that extra weight is a fast track to heart disease and diabetes, while research shows those who stay too thin face a bigger risk of brittle bones over time. But when we land in that 22.5 to 23.5 range, right in the heart of healthy, we're cutting our odds of trouble and boosting our shot at aging gracefully. You might have heard folks say a little extra padding is good in old age. And sure, there's some truth for those already frail or facing serious illness. They call it the obesity paradox, where a bit of weight might cushion the blow. But for most of us, aiming for that balanced spot is still the gold standard. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. Just like sipping water throughout the day keeps us humming, eating well and moving a little, keeps our weight where it supports us best. So let's take it one step at a time. Swap that sugary treat for an apple today. Take a stroll tomorrow and watch how it all comes together. We've got this, and our bodies will thank us for it. Now you see that maintaining a healthy weight isn't about following strict diets or obsessing over numbers on a scale. It's about balance, the kind that keeps your heart strong, your joints pain-free, and your energy levels high for years to come. It's not about extremes, but about finding that middle ground where your body thrives, and while making small adjustments to your eating habits and daily movements may seem simple, their impact on longevity is undeniable. But here's where things get even more interesting. Weight is just one piece of the puzzle. There are hidden habits, things most people do every day without a second thought, that could actually be cutting years off their lives. And in the next secret, I'll reveal the everyday habits that may be silently stealing years from you. Some of them might surprise you, but once you know what they are, breaking free from them could make all the difference. Let's uncover these invisible threats together and take control. Well, my dear friends, we've just talked about how keeping our weight in balance can lighten the load on our bodies and set us up for a long, healthy life, something we're all aiming for as we enjoy these years past 60. Now, let's build on that and turn our attention to two habits that can either steal away those precious years or, if we handle them wisely, let us keep thriving, smoking and drinking too much alcohol. Just like we've learned to sip water and nourish ourselves with the right foods, steering clear of cigarettes and going easy on the drinks is one of those fundamental choices that can shape how well we age. It's not about guilt or preaching. It's about understanding what these habits do to us and choosing a path that keeps us feeling our best. Let's start with smoking, because if there's one thing I wish I could shout from the rooftops, it's this. Lighting up takes years off our lives in ways we can't always see right away. Picture this. Every puff chips away at our time, cutting our life expectancy by as much as 10 years if we keep at it. Studies even show that for every year we smoke past 40, we're shaving off about 3 months of our future. But here's the flip side, and it's hopeful. If we quit by 40, we can claw back nearly 5 years of life. Even stopping later makes a difference, though the sooner, the better. Why does it hit us so hard? Smoking speeds up aging at the cellular level, shortening these little protective caps on our chromosomes called telomeres. When those get too short, our cells start to wear out faster. And that's when we see wrinkles, fatigue, and worse, serious trouble like heart disease, lung cancer, or a stroke sneaking up on us. There's no safe amount either. Even 1 cigarette a day raises our risk of heart problems. It's a tough habit, I know, but walking away from it is like giving our bodies a fresh start. Now let's talk about alcohol, because it's a bit of a double-edged sword. Too much of it, and I mean more than a couple of big glasses a day, can wreak havoc, especially as we get older. Our livers take a beating first. Heavy drinking paves the way for things like cirrhosis or hepatitis, and that's not a road we want to travel. It doesn't stop there. Pouring back more than, say, 3 large glasses of wine daily, which is about 36 grams of alcohol, speeds up the fog in our minds. Our memory slips, our focus blurs, and it's like aging our brains 5 extra years ahead of schedule. After 65, our bodies don't break down alcohol as quickly, so it lingers in our blood, making us wobblier, slower to react, and more likely to trip or tangle with medications in risky ways. It even tweaks those same telomeres smoking does, winding up our biological clock before we're ready. Excessive drinking isn't just a party gone too long. It's a thief of our vitality. But here's where it gets interesting. A little alcohol, handled with care, isn't always the enemy. A small glass of red wine a day, think 1 modest pour, might actually do us some good. That's thanks to resveratrol, a little gem in red wine that acts like an antioxidant, easing inflammation and giving our blood vessels a gentle boost. Some studies suggest that sticking to this light limit could lower our odds of heart trouble, compared to skipping it altogether or overdoing it. It's not a free pass, though. Our age, our health, and our unique stories decide if that glass is a friend or a foe. So, if you enjoy it, keep it small, savor it slowly, and check with your doctor to make sure it fits your life. The science backs this up in stark numbers. Quitting smoking before 40 can rewrite your future, adding years free of chronic diseases, while every cigarette after that nibbles away at both quantity and quality of life. On the alcohol front, heavy drinkers face that extra cognitive decline, up to 5 years' worth, compared to those who keep it light or skip it. Both habits, when overdone, fast forward our aging by scrambling our cells' natural rhythm. You might hear folks say, smoking just a little socially is harmless. Don't buy it. Even occasional puffs hike up risks of cancer and heart issues. Or that a daily drink is always a health tonic. Not quite. It's a maybe, not a must, and depends entirely on you. So what can we do? If smoking's part of your day, reach out for help. There's no shame in it. Programs with nicotine patches, counseling, or even medications can make the journey easier, and every step away from it is a win. For alcohol, if you love that evening glass, make it a small one. Red wine if you fancy it, and leave it there. Think of it as swapping out harm for health, just like we've traded sugary snacks for apples or added a walk to our routine. Avoiding these excesses isn't about giving up fun. It's about gaining years, energy, and clarity. We're building on that foundation of hydration and balanced weight, crafting a life that's not just longer but richer. Let's take it one choice at a time. Stub out that cigarette, pour light a glass, and feel the difference it makes. We're in this together, and I know we can do it. Now you see that small, everyday choices have the power to shape not only how long we live, but also how well we age. Smoking and excessive drinking aren't just risky behaviors. They are silent thieves, stealing years of vitality before we even notice. But here's the empowering part. The moment we decide to step away from these habits, our bodies start to heal. Quitting smoking at any age adds years back to our lives, and keeping alcohol in check protects both our minds and bodies from premature aging. It's not about giving up enjoyment. It's about gaining control over our future. But here's the thing. There's another secret that plays a massive role in how we age, one that goes beyond physical health. It's not about what we eat, drink, or avoid, but something deeper, something that keeps our minds sharp and our memories intact well into our later years. And in the next secret, I'll reveal how people who reach 100 years keep their brains young, vibrant, and full of life. What they do is surprisingly simple, yet most people completely overlook it. Let's uncover this powerful habit together. Well, my friends, we've just explored how kicking habits, like smoking and cutting back on heavy drinking, can clear the path for a healthier, longer life. Choices that protect our bodies and give us more years to enjoy. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that keeps our minds just as sharp and ready as we journey past 60, practicing lifelong learning. It's not about going back to school with a backpack and a stack of textbooks, though you could if you wanted to. It's about keeping our brains buzzing with curiosity, picking up new skills, and challenging ourselves in ways that light us up inside. This isn't just a fun pastime. It's one of the most powerful ways we can shield ourselves from things like Alzheimer's and keep our minds nimble well into our later years. Why does learning matter so much as we age? Think of your brain like a muscle. It thrives when we give it a good workout. Every time we dive into something new, we're building what scientists call cognitive reserve, a kind of mental savings account that helps protect us. There's this incredible study with nuns. Yes, nuns, that showed something amazing. Some of them had brains full of the plaques and tangles you'd see in Alzheimer's, but they never showed the symptoms. Why? Because they'd spent their lives learning, reading, and staying active, building up so much reserve that their minds could dodge the damage. That's the power of keeping our brains engaged. It doesn't erase the wear and tear, but it helps us outsmart it, keeping us sharp even when the years pile on. It's all about neuroplasticity too, that beautiful ability our brains have to rewire themselves no matter how old we get. When we learn something fresh, like a new language or how to strum a guitar, we're sparking new connections between our neurons, making our minds more adaptable. It's like laying down new roads in a city. Suddenly, there's more ways to get around, even if a few streets start to crumble with age. Studies tell us this isn't just theory. People who keep their minds busy with challenging activities cut their dementia risk by nearly half compared to those who let their brains coast. And beyond that, it's about living better, staying independent, making decisions with confidence, and holding on to memories that matter. Who wouldn't want that? So, what can we do to keep the learning alive? Oh, there's so much to choose from. Picking up a new language is a fantastic place to start. It's like a gym session for your memory and attention. Plus, if you join a class or chat online, you're meeting new people, which is a bonus we'll talk more about later. Or how about music? Learning to play an instrument, even something simple like a ukulele, wakes up every corner of your brain. Your hands, your ears, your memory, all working together in this joyful symphony. If that's not your speed, try games like chess, crosswords, or Sudoku. They're like little puzzles that keep your focus razor sharp. You could even sign up for a course, maybe photography, cooking, or history, something that gets you out or hooked into an online community. And don't overlook hobbies. Painting a canvas, tending a garden, or scribbling a story stirs up both your creativity and your intellect. Here's how to make it stick. Mix it up. One day you might study Spanish verbs. The next, you're planting herbs or solving a brain teaser. Variety keeps every part of your mind firing. Set goals you can reach. Nothing too overwhelming, just enough to stretch you a little. Technology's your friend here too. There are apps and websites that let you learn at your own pace, whether it's brushing up on history or mastering a recipe. And if you can, bring others along. Join a book club, a discussion group, or a local workshop. It's not just about the learning, it's about the connection, the laughter, the shared aha moments. That's the secret sauce that makes it even richer. The proof's in the numbers. Regular learning, can push back dementia symptoms by as much as 5 years, even if you're wired for it. Big studies, like one from the Lancet Neurology, say a lifetime of mental exercise could slash dementia cases by a third. And it's not just about dodging disease. Learning lifts our spirits, boosts our confidence, and gives us a sense of purpose that keeps us glowing. You might hear folks say older minds can't handle new tricks. Nonsense. Our brains never lose that plasticity. They're ready to grow as long as we give them a nudge. Or that only fancy classes count? Wrong again. Painting a flower or figuring out a riddle works just as well. It's all fuel for the fire. So, where do we start? Pick something that sparks your curiosity. Maybe a language you've always wanted to speak, a tune you'd love to play, or a puzzle that teases your brain. Build it into your days, just like we've woven in water, good food, and lighter habits. It's all part of this beautiful tapestry we're creating. A life that's not just long, but full and bright. Let's keep our minds dancing, my friends. Try something new tomorrow. Flip open a book, strum a chord, or solve a clue, and feel how alive it makes you. We're on this journey together, and every step forward counts. Our brains were made to keep learning, growing, and adapting, no matter our age. Picking up new skills, challenging our minds, and staying curious aren't just hobbies. They're lifelines that keep us sharp and engaged with the world. Whether it's a new language, a puzzle, or even a musical instrument, every small effort adds up, strengthening our cognitive reserve and pushing back the effects of aging. And the best part? The possibilities are endless. Now, I want to hear from you. What's something new you've always wanted to learn? Maybe a language, a creative skill, or even a strategy game. Drop it in the comments. And who knows, you might just inspire someone else to start their own journey. And speaking of something just as powerful as lifelong learning, in the next secret, we're going to explore a hidden factor that plays a huge role in how long and how well we live. One that has nothing to do with food, exercise, or even the brain itself. Stay with me, because this might just change the way you see longevity forever. Well, my dear friends, we've just been talking about how keeping our minds active with new skills and curiosities can light up our brains and carry us toward a vibrant future, something we're all chasing as we enjoy these years beyond 60. But, as much as we nourish our mind with learning, we've got to tend to their softer side too, the part that feels the weight of the world, the part that needs calm amid the storm. Taking care of our mental health and easing stress isn't just a luxury, it's a cornerstone of living long and well. Life doesn't stop throwing curveballs just because we've hit this beautiful age, and if we let stress pile up, it can chip away at our bodies and spirits faster than we'd like. So let's dive into why this matters so much and how we can wrap ourselves in a little more peace every day. Stress isn't just that tight feeling in our chests or the racing thoughts at night. It's a quiet troublemaker that sneaks into every part of us. When it sticks around too long, it's like pressing the accelerator on aging itself. Our hearts feel it first. Chronic stress pushes up our blood pressure and sends our pulse racing, wearing out that precious ticker and raising the odds of heart disease or even a stroke. It floods our systems with cortisol, that stress hormone that, over time, piles extra fat around our middles, the kind that's sneaky and dangerous, linked straight to cardiovascular trouble. It's not just physical either. It seeps into our minds, stirring up anxiety or sinking us into depression, stealing the joy from our days. I've seen it dim the sharpest memories and cloud the clearest decisions, making everything feel a little harder than it should. It's a heavy burden, and it doesn't stop there. Our whole body takes the hit when stress runs the show. It knocks our immune system off balance, leaving us open to every cold or bug floating around. Sleep turns into a wrestling match, tossing and turning instead of resting, and our stomachs start grumbling with troubles like irritable bowels or appetites that vanish or go wild. It's almost like stress is whispering to every cell, "Speed up the wear and tear." And that's the last thing we want when we're dreaming of 100 healthy years. But here's the beautiful part. We don't have to let it win. We've got tools, simple, powerful ones, that can turn the tide, and they're waiting for us to pick them up. Imagine this, just 10 minutes a day of sitting quietly, letting your mind settle with meditation. It's like a reset button. Studies show it cuts down inflammation, that silent fire behind so many diseases, and boosts our immune defenses. It even lifts our spirits by coaxing out more serotonin and dopamine, those feel-good messengers that make us smile a little easier. Or picture yourself stretching into a gentle yoga pose, breathing slow and deep as your body loosens up. Yoga doesn't just melt away cortisol. It strengthens our flexibility and balance too, keeping us steady on our feet. And then there's breathing itself, deep, intentional breaths that calm our racing hearts and soothe our nerves in a matter of moments. These aren't just tricks, they're lifelines, pulling us back from the edge of stress and into a place of calm. So, how do we weave this into our lives? Start small. Find a quiet corner each morning or evening, maybe with an app like Headspace or Calm, to guide you through a meditation. 10 minutes is all it takes to feel the shift. If you're up for it, try yoga. There's a gentle style like Hatha or Yin that's perfect for us. Whether you join a local class or follow along online in your living room, twice a day, once when you wake, once before bed, pause for a few deep breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth, letting the tension slip away. And don't forget the outdoors. Step outside for a walk, feel the breeze, or dig your hands into a garden plot. It's light movement and relaxation rolled into one, soaking up nature's own medicine. These little habits build a shield around us, softening the blows life throws. The science is crystal clear on this. Chronic stress lights a spark of inflammation that can fuel Alzheimer's or Parkinson's down the road. But meditation douses that flame and helps us sleep deeper. Studies show dialing back stress drops our blood pressure and cuts our heart risks, sometimes more than we'd expect. It's not all in our heads, though that's where it starts. You might hear folks say, stress is just a mind game, but it's not. It's carving tracks in our bodies too, from our hearts to our guts. Or that there's no fixing it once it's there. Wrong again. These practices, meditation, yoga, breathing, they're proven to pull us back bit by bit into a healthier place. This is about more than dodging trouble. It's about thriving, just like we've built strength with water, balance with weight, and clarity with learning. Easing stress keeps our minds and souls light. It's a gift we give ourselves, a chance to feel steady and whole, no matter what's swirling around us. So, let's try it. Tomorrow morning, sit for a quiet breath, stretch into a gentle pose, or step outside and let the world hush for a moment. Feel how it lifts you, how it fits into this life we're crafting together. We've got the power to soften the edges, my friends, and every calm breath takes us closer to those 100 years we're reaching for. You've just seen how keeping your mind active lights up your brain. But don't forget this, taming stress is just as vital to thriving past 60. It's sneaky, racing your heart, fogging your thoughts, and wearing you down. But you can fight back with simple tools. 10 minutes of meditation, a gentle yoga stretch, or a few deep breaths can melt it away, boosting your mood and shielding your health. Start small tomorrow. Breathe deep or step outside and feel the calm settle in. Now, want to know how the right connections can stretch your years even further? Let's dive into that next. Well, my friends, hold on to your hats, because we're about to step into something that's not just good for us, it's pure gold for our hearts, minds, and souls as we sail past 60. We've been weaving this beautiful tapestry of a long, thriving life, sipping water to keep us flowing, balancing our weight to stay strong, learning new tricks to keep our brains buzzing, and now calming our spirits with breaths and stretches to melt stress away. But here's the dazzling thread that ties it all together. An active, social life. Oh, this isn't just about chatting over coffee or waving at the neighbor. It's a lifeline, a secret weapon that science says can stretch our years and fill them with joy. Imagine a world where loneliness doesn't get a foothold, where every laugh and shared story builds us up. That's what we're diving into today, and I promise it's going to light you up inside. Let's get real for a moment. When we pull back from people, when we let isolation creep in, it's not just our spirits that feel the pinch. Studies show it hikes our risk of leaving this world too soon by a staggering 30%. That's right, being cut off can hit us as hard as some of the toughest health threats out there. It's not just about missing out on fun. It raises our chances of heart trouble, strokes, even dementia, whispering to our bodies to age faster than they should. But flip that around, and here's the magic. Strong connections with friends, family, or even new faces we meet along the way do the opposite. They're like a shield guarding us against those risks. People who stay woven into their communities don't just live longer. They live better, with hearts that beat steadier and minds that shine brighter. It's like the universe saying, "You're not meant to go it alone. Grab someone's hand and thrive." Why does this work so beautifully? For one, being around people we care about, or even folks we're just getting to know, takes the edge off stress. It's like those deep breaths we talked about, but warmer, more alive. Our cortisol levels drop when we laugh with a friend or share a quiet moment, easing that tension that gnaws at us. Our hearts love it too. Healthy relationships can lower blood pressure, cool down inflammation, and keep cardiovascular trouble at bay. Then there's our immune system, that quiet warrior inside us. It perks up with every positive interaction, fueled by the happiness we feel when we belong. And our minds, staying social sharpens our thinking, cuts our dementia risk, and chases away the shadows of depression and anxiety. It's a full-body boost, wrapped in the simple act of connecting. So, how do we make this part of our days? It's easier than you might think, and so rewarding. Start with the people already in your orbit. Pick up the phone, send a quick message, or invite an old friend for a walk. Those little threads of connection can grow stronger with just a touch. Then step out a bit. Join a group that sparks your interest. A book club where you dive into stories together. A sports team for some gentle fun. Or a volunteer gig where you're making a difference side by side. It's a goldmine for meeting kindred spirits. Try a new hobby. Dance classes that get your feet tapping. A cooking session where you swap recipes. Or an art group where your brush tells a story. And don't overlook your community. Pop into the library. Stroll through a park or visit a local center. Every hello is a seed planted. Every smile a step toward a fuller life. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's backed by hard facts. Loneliness is a thief, but connection is a healer. Social butterflies don't just feel better. They're less likely to face heart attacks, strokes, or memory loss. The emotions we share, the purpose we find in each other, build us up, cell by cell. It's not about having 100 friends. It's about having a handful of moments that matter. Whether you're volunteering at a food pantry, debating a novel, or just sipping tea with someone who gets you, it's medicine for the soul. And here's the kicker. It ties right back to everything we've been building. Less stress, sharper minds, stronger bodies, all blooming from the simple joy of being together. So, let's not wait another heartbeat. Reach out today. Call that friend you've missed. Sign up for that class you've been eyeing. Or step into a space where new faces await. This is your life, my friends. And it's meant to be lived loud, surrounded by voices that lift you up. We're not just adding years. We're filling them with richness, with meaning, with the kind of glow that only comes from sharing the journey. Picture it. A table full of laughter, a hand to hold, a community that cheers you on. That's the secret to 100 years of brilliance. And it's yours to claim. Let's make it happen. Together we're unstoppable. And what a ride it's going to be. Think about it. Every shared laugh, every deep conversation, every moment spent with people who truly see us isn't just a passing pleasure. It's fuel for a longer, healthier, more fulfilling life. Connection isn't a luxury. It's a necessity, a force as vital as the air we breathe, and science is crystal clear on this. Those who nurture strong social ties don't just live longer, they live better. Their hearts beat steadier, their minds stay sharper, and their days are filled with purpose, joy, and resilience. Loneliness, on the other hand, isn't just an emotion. It's a silent thief of vitality, sneaking into our lives and cutting our years short before we even realize it. So let's make a change, right now. I want you to take a moment and think, who is one person you can reach out to today? Maybe it's an old friend you've lost touch with, a family member who'd love to hear your voice, or even someone new you've been meaning to connect with. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one way you're going to strengthen your social circle this week? Let's share ideas and inspire each other, because together we are stronger, healthier, and unstoppable. And speaking of something just as powerful as human connection, in the next secret, we're diving into a surprising habit that keeps the body active and full of life well into the golden years. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Well, my friends, we've just lit up our lives with the magic of connection. Those warm conversations, shared laughs, and the glow of being part of something bigger as we journey past 60. You can feel how it lifts us, can't you? Now, let's take that energy and put it into motion. Literally. We're talking about exercising regularly. And oh, this is where the rubber meets the road for a long, vibrant life. It's not about running marathons or lifting the heaviest weights in the gym. Though, hats off to you if that's your thing. It's about moving our bodies in ways that make us stronger, happier, and ready to dance through these years with grace. We've built this beautiful rhythm, hydrating, balancing, learning, calming, connecting, and now, with a little sweat and a lot of joy, we're going to supercharge it. Ready? Let's step into this together. Why is moving so vital as we age? Picture your body as this incredible machine. It's carried you through decades, and regular exercise is the tune-up that keeps it humming. Just 150 minutes a week. That's about 30 minutes most days. Doing something as simple as a brisk walk can slash your risk of heart disease and wrap your years in better health. It's like armor for your bones and muscles, fighting off osteoporosis and that sneaky muscle loss, sarcopenia, that tries to creep in. Your heart gets a boost too, pumping stronger, keeping blood pressure in check, and waving goodbye to cardiovascular worries. And here's a big one. It steadies your step. With better balance, strength, and flexibility, those stumbles and falls that we dread become less of a shadow over our days. It's not just maintenance, it's empowerment. But it's not all about the body. Our minds get in on the action too. Every time you move, your brain throws a little party, releasing endorphins that wash away stress and paint your mood in brighter colors. It's like a natural high, lifting you out of the blues and keeping anxiety at bay. Even better, staying active sharpens your thinking. Studies show it can slow down cognitive decline and even push back dementia, keeping your memories crisp and your wit quick. Then there's the bigger picture. Exercise is a gatekeeper against diabetes, obesity, and a whole lineup of chronic troubles that we'd rather leave behind. Most of all, it hands you the keys to independence. Lifting groceries, climbing stairs, chasing grandkids. All those daily wins stay yours because your body's ready for them. So, what's on the menu? Let's mix it up. Aerobic moves, like a lively walk around the park, a swim that feels like freedom, a dance that gets your hips swaying, or a bike ride with the wind in your hair, are your heart's best friends. Aim for 30 minutes most days and feel that rhythm build. Then there's strength. Think gentle squats, push-ups against a wall, or light weights that make your arms sing. Twice a week keeps your muscles and bones ready for action. Don't skip stretching. Yoga or a few easy bends open up your joints and keep you limber. Maybe 2 sessions a week to feel the flow. And balance. Try lifting one knee high as you march or standing on one leg like a flamingo. It's fun, and it's your secret weapon against tipping over. The beauty, you can blend these however you like. Make it yours. How do we start? Easy does it. If you're new to this, dip your toes in with a short walk and build from there. No rush, just progress. Pick what lights you up. Dancing to your favorite tunes, gardening with the sun on your back, anything that keeps you coming back for more. Better yet, tie it to that social spark we love. Join a walking group, sign up for a dance class, or stretch with friends in a yoga session. It's movement and connection in one delicious package. And a quick tip, check in with your doctor first, especially if you've got health quirks to consider. This isn't about pushing past limits. It's about finding your sweet spot and thriving there. The proof's undeniable. Those 150 minutes a week aren't just a number. They're a lifeline. They cut heart risks, steady your steps, lift your spirits, and keep diseases at bay. It's not about being the fittest in the room. It's about being the fullest version of you. Every stride, every stretch, every lift weaves into this life we're crafting. Hydrated, balanced, sharp, calm, connected, and now moving with purpose. So, let's not sit still another second. Lace up those shoes, sway to a beat, or grab a friend and stroll into the sunshine. This is your power, your joy, your ticket to 100 years of living loud and proud. We're not just aging. We're soaring, my friends, and every step is a triumph. Let's move, let's shine, and let's make every moment count. Well, my friends, you've felt the spark of connection lighting up your days, and now it's time to get moving. Literally, regular exercise isn't about marathons. It's 30 minutes most days. Walking, dancing, stretching. That powers your heart, strengthens your bones, and keeps your mind sharp. It's your ticket to fewer falls, brighter moods, and independence that lasts. Start easy, pick what you love, maybe even bring a friend along, and watch it weave into everything we've built together. Now, curious about what fuels all this energy? Next, we'll uncover how the right food can carry you to 100 with vitality. Let's keep the momentum going. Well, my friends, we've just set our bodies in motion, walking, stretching, dancing our way to a stronger, brighter future. As we revel in these years past 60, you can feel that energy pulsing through us, can't you? Every step we've taken, hydrating our cells, balancing our lives, sharpening our minds, calming our spirits, connecting with others, and now, moving with purpose, has been building towards something extraordinary. And here's where we turn up the flavor, quite literally. Let's talk about adopting a plant-rich diet. A delicious secret straight from the world's longest-lived people. This isn't about bland salads or giving up joy at the table. It's about filling our plates with vibrant, earthy goodness that fuels our bodies for the long haul. We're stepping into the kitchens of the blue zones, those magical corners of the globe where centenarians thrive. And trust me, this is going to taste as good as it feels. Why does a plate piled high with plants matter so much? Let's start with your heart. It's the drumbeat of your life, and a diet rooted in vegetables, legumes, and grains keeps it strong. Studies from those blue zones, like Sardinia or Okinawa, show that swapping out heavy meats for plant-based treasures slashes that bad LDL cholesterol and those tricky triglycerides, cutting your risk of heart attacks and strokes. It's not just prevention either. It can roll back the clock on clogged arteries, melting away fat buildup like spring sunshine on snow. And here's the kicker. Leaning into this way of eating could tack on up to 10 years of life. Even if you're starting now, past 60, your body soaks up the benefits. Less inflammation, a lighter load on your system, and a lower chance of all those chronic troubles that try to slow us down. It's like handing your heart a love letter with every bite. But it's not just about living longer. It's about living well. Those fiber-packed wonders, think beans, leafy greens, whole grains, keep our weight in check without ever feeling like a diet. They're steady friends, helping us sidestep diabetes type 2 and keeping our metabolism humming smoothly. Ditch the processed junk, and you're also turning down the volume on inflammation. that silent spark behind so many health woes. Populations who thrive on lentils, nuts, and berries don't just dodge disease, they glow with vitality. Their bodies fueled by nutrients that whisper longevity into every cell. It's a feast that fights for you, keeping your blood sugar steady, your arteries clear, and your energy flowing, all while tasting like the earth's best gifts. What's on this vibrant menu? Picture legumes, lentils that melt in your mouth, chickpeas with a hearty bite, feijoas simmering in a pot, peas popping with flavor, packed with protein and fiber to keep you full and strong. Then there's the nutty crew, noses crunching with every handful, castañas warming your day, amendoas slipping into your snacks, delivering healthy fats that send cholesterol packing. Grains like quinoa, oats, and brown rice roll in with lasting energy and a treasure trove of goodness. Leafy greens, spinach swaying in your bowl, kale standing tall, broccoli bursting with life, bring calcium, iron, and antioxidants to the party. Fruits, crisp apples, ruby red berries, zesty citrus, dance with vitamins and compounds that heal from within. And don't forget seeds, chia, flax, pumpkin, tiny powerhouses sprinkling heart health over everything. It's a rainbow you can eat. How do we bring this to our tables? Start simple. Swap that steak for a hearty lentil stew or a slab of tofu spiced just right. Toss a handful of nuts or seeds into your day, maybe over yogurt or straight from the jar. Trade the white rice for brown, the white bread for whole grain, and watch how it sticks with you. Plan a plate that sings with color. Red peppers, green kale, golden squash, because every hue is a nutrient cheering you on. And here's the golden rule. Skip the ultra-processed traps, even the plant-based ones. Your body deserves the real deal. It's not about rules, it's about rediscovery. Tasting the earth, feeling the life in every bite, and knowing you're building something lasting. The evidence is as rich as the flavors. Blue Zone centenarians don't just stumble into old age. Their plant-powered plates pave the way. Science says it loud. This cuts heart disease, trims diabetes risk, and drops mortality rates across the board. It's not a fad, it's a foundation, weaving into everything we've built. Water to hydrate, movement to strengthen, connection to uplift. So let's dig in. Spoon up some beans tonight, crunch into a walnut tomorrow. Let your kitchen bloom with possibility. This isn't just food. It's your ticket to 100 years of radiance. A body that hums with health, a spirit that soars with every meal. We're not just eating, my friends. We're celebrating, we're thriving, and we're writing a story of longevity that's as delicious as it is dazzling. Grab a fork. Your next chapter starts now, and it's going to be a feast. You've felt the power of movement fueling your days, and now it's time to savor the secret that keeps centenarians thriving. A plant-rich diet, bursting with life. It's not about dull salads. It's legumes, nuts, and vibrant greens that strengthen your heart, trim inflammation, and could add years to your journey. Swap a steak for lentils, sprinkle seeds over your morning, and let every colorful bite fuel your glow. This builds on everything: hydration, motion, connection, and sets you up to shine past 100. Now, want to unlock how sleep can stretch those years even further? Let's dive into that next. Well, my dear friends, we've just filled our plates with the vibrant bounty of a plant-rich life. Those legumes, greens, and fruits that are fueling us toward 100 years of brilliance as we revel in these days past 60. Can't you just taste the energy we're building? We've hydrated our souls, balanced our bodies, sharpened our minds, calmed our hearts, connected with others, moved with joy, and now nourished ourselves from the earth itself. But here's where we take all that goodness and let it settle into the quiet, healing magic of sleep. And not just any sleep, sleeping on your left side. A simple twist that turns your rest into a powerhouse of health. This isn't about tossing and turning. It's about unlocking a secret that doctors and dreamers alike swear by. And oh, it's going to cradle you in ways you never imagined. Why does curling up on your left side make such a difference? Let's start with your digestion, because after those colorful plant-packed meals, your body deserves a little help winding down. When you lie on your left, gravity becomes your ally, gently guiding waste from your small intestine to your colon, setting you up for a smoother morning. It's like a nighttime cleanup crew, quietly doing its work while you dream. Even better, it tames that pesky acid reflux. You know, that burning that sneaks up after a big meal. With your stomach tucked below your esophagus in this position, those acids stay where they belong, letting you rest easy instead of wrestling with heartburn. It's a small shift that feels like a big hug to your gut. Then there's your heart. Oh, that faithful friend that's been beating strong for decades. Sleeping on your left takes the pressure off your vena cava, that big vein hauling blood back to your ticker, making circulation a breeze and easing the workload. Picture it, your heart pumping downhill with gravity's help, smooth and steady, like a river finding its flow. It's not just theory. Experts say this boosts efficiency, giving your cardiovascular system a well-earned break while you snooze. And while we're at it, let's talk about your lymphatic system, that unsung hero draining toxins and keeping you fresh. It leans left in your body, and sleeping that way helps it flush out the day's debris, giving your spleen a hand as it filters your blood. It's like a nightly detox, all from how you lie down. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Your brain loves this too. Studies hint that sleeping on your side, especially the left, might sweep away waste in your head. Those little clumps that could build into trouble like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. It's like a gentle rinse for your mind, clearing the clutter while you drift off. And if you've ever wrestled with snoring or shared a bed with someone who does, this could be your ticket to peace. Lying on your left keeps your tongue from sliding back and blocking your airway, quieting those rumbles and easing symptoms of sleep apnea. It's rest that restores, from your head to your toes, all wrapped in one cozy position. How do we make it feel just right? Grab a firm pillow and slip it between your knees. It keeps your spine straight and takes the strain off your hips, so you wake up without that ache. Your head pillow matters too. Find one that cradles your neck in line with your back, not too high or too low. If your shoulders grumble, don't be afraid to flip now and then, or tweak your mattress for extra cushion. It's about comfort meeting science, turning your bed into a haven that works for you. This isn't a chore, it's a gift. A tweak so simple it's almost sneaky in how much it delivers. The proof's in the stillness. Experts nod to this left side magic for digestion, circulation, even brain health. It's a quiet partner to everything we've built. Plants fueling your days, movement lifting your strength, connection warming your spirit. So let's tuck it into our nights. Roll to your left tonight, feel gravity pull you into peace, and let your body hum with renewal. This is your rest, your recharge, your gentle path to 100 years of glowing health. We're not just sleeping, my friends. We're healing. We're dreaming. We're weaving a tapestry of wellness that cradles us through every dawn. Snuggle in, close your eyes, and let this simple secret carry you to a morning that shines. You've earned it. And oh, what a beautiful rest it's going to be. You've tasted the power of a plant-rich life, and now it's time to let that energy flow into the magic of sleep. On your left side, this easy tweak boosts digestion, lightens your heart's load, clears your mind, and quiets snoring, making rest a true recharge. Slip a pillow between your knees, get cozy, and let gravity do the rest. It's the perfect thread in our journey. If this is sparking your path to 100, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss a beat. Curious about the final key to those vibrant years? Next, we'll explore how purpose lights the way. Let's keep going. Well, my dear friends, we've just nestled into the gentle art of sleeping on our left side, cradling our digestion, easing our hearts, and drifting into a rest that renews us as we cherish these years past 60. Can't you feel how every piece we've woven, water flowing through us, plants nourishing our days, movement lifting our spirits, connections lighting our paths, has brought us to this moment. We've built a life that hums with health, step by step, and now we're crowning it with the most radiant gem of all, having a purpose in life. This isn't just a nice idea. It's the heartbeat of longevity, the spark that turns our years into a masterpiece. Straight from the blue zones, where centenarians laugh and thrive, comes this truth. A clear purpose doesn't just add time. It fills every breath with meaning. Let's unwrap this gift together, because it's the one that ties everything into a bow. What does a purpose do for us? It's like a compass for our souls, guiding us through the days with a quiet strength. Studies from those magical blue zones, think Okinawa's sunny hills or Nicoya's lush valleys, show that people who wake up with a why live, on average, 7 years longer than those who don't. 7 years? That's not just a number. It's sunrises, stories, and moments we'd never trade. It's physical, too. Having a reason to rise cuts your risk of heart disease, strokes, and even cognitive fade, wrapping your body in a shield of resilience. It's as if your purpose whispers to your cells, "Keep going, we've got work to do." And they listen, keeping you strong and steady no matter what the calendar says. This isn't about grand gestures. It's about a spark that keeps you glowing. And the peace it brings. When you've got a purpose, stress doesn't stick the way it used to. Those knots of anxiety loosen, and you find yourself bouncing back from life's bumps with a little more grace. It's like a buffer, softening the edges of tough days and filling you with a resilience that feels almost magical. Your mind thrives too. Depression loses its grip, and a warm sense of well-being settles in, lifting your spirits with every step toward what matters to you. It's not just surviving, it's living, really living, with a joy that radiates from knowing why you're here. And the best part, that happiness doesn't stay locked inside. It spills out, touching your community, tying you to others in ways that make every day richer. Take a peek at the blue zones. They've got this figured out. In Okinawa, they call it ikigai, your reason for being. Maybe it's tending a garden or teaching a child to fish. In Nicoya, it's plan de vida, a life's plan that might mean cooking for neighbors or simply savoring the sunrise with gratitude. These aren't lofty dreams. They're everyday threads of meaning woven into their lives, keeping them connected, content, and alive well past 100. It's proof that purpose isn't about age or retirement. It's about waking up with a fire, however small, that says, today matters. And for us right here, right now, it's the same. Whether we've got decades behind us or ahead, this is our chance to light that flame. How do we find it? Start with your heart. Sit quietly and ask, what stirs me? What brings me joy? Maybe it's painting a picture, planting a seed, or just listening to a friend's story. Those passions are clues. Then look outward. Lend a hand. Whether it's volunteering at a shelter, helping a neighbor with a chore, or joining a cause that tugs at you. It's not about scale. It's about impact, even the tiniest ripple. Dive into hobbies that sing to you. Strum a guitar, knit a scarf, grow a flower, and let them anchor your days. Set a goal that feels like yours, something simple, aligned with what you value, and chase it gently, and share it. Talk to a friend, a child, a stranger, because purpose grows when it's spoken, when it's held together with others. The science sings its praises. People with purpose don't just outlive the rest. They outshine them with hearts that beat stronger and minds that stay clear. It's a shield against stress, a balm for the soul, a bridge to a community that lifts us all. This is the capstone of everything we've built. Water to sustain, plants to nourish, movement to empower, connection to warm, rest to heal, and now, purpose to ignite. So, let's find it. Today, tomorrow, every day. Ask yourself, what's my why? And let it guide you. This isn't just about adding years, my friends. It's about filling them with fire, with love, with a life so full it spills over. We're not winding down. We're lighting up. And what a glorious glow we're going to cast. Step into your purpose. It's calling, and it's yours to claim. You've made it to the end, my friends. And what a journey we've shared. 10 simple, powerful secrets from centenarians to light up your life past 60. We've sipped water to keep our bodies humming, balanced our weight for strength, ditched habits that steal our years, sharpened our minds with learning, calmed our souls with peace, connected with hearts that lift us, moved with joy, fueled ourselves with vibrant plants, slept smarter on our left side, and found purpose to ignite every day. Together, these steps weave a life that's not just longer, but bursting with vitality and meaning. Proof you can thrive all the way to 100. If you felt that spark and made it this far, this channel is for you. Built for seniors like us who want a better, brighter life. So please, hit that subscribe button now and join our community, because your next chapter deserves to shine, and we're here to make it happen together. But don't click away just yet. There's a little surprise waiting for everyone who's stuck with me this far. Here's a hint. Even with all this goodness, there are sneaky culprits we might still be eating that could trip us up on this journey. If you're serious about thriving that long, you'll want to know what to dodge. This channel's all about helping seniors like us live better. So hit subscribe now and join the family. Then, click that video popping up on your screen to uncover the rest.